Uh, Josh and Jesse back again. Episode 113 of What the Hell Did We Just Watch? Um, I'm going to say this right now, it's probably going to be our last episode of the year.
Yes, probably.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel pretty good, I guess. I don't know. How's it make you feel?
Well, pretty good, I guess. I don't know. We could do. We won't do one next week because that's Christmas. But we could do one. I don't know what you're doing for New Year's Day.
What day of the week is that?
So Wednesday.
I mean, I don't think I have anything going on. We could do one that day.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll keep everybody informed, and we'll go from there. But this episode is this year, happening right now. Hundreds of beavers. 2 weeks ago, you texted me and you were like, "Hey, let's not do the podcast. Have you watched the movie yet?" And I said, "No, I lied to you.
Oh.
I watched 75% of it."
Mm-hmm.
I guess you would have texted me on the Tuesday. 75% of it, and then I watched the last 25%, the ending, yesterday. So,
okay.
I get it.
Do you make a habit of lying to me, or?
Well, no, but but when I don't want you to feel guilty at the time, so you would say something like, "I can't do it. Have you watched the movie?" And if I said yes, I watched the movie, you would feel bad about it. But if I say no, then you're like, "Okay, great. I don't feel bad." And that's
so lying is okay if it's to make somebody feel better.
Yeah, good old white lie. No, it was a fib, a little fib, which didn't hurt anybody.
Sure. Is that for you to decide?
What have you been up to these last 2 weeks?
Working, living, the huge, I would say. Speaking of working, I think you're back on a job, aren't you?
Oh yeah, this is our first episode back. Yeah, I have a job again. It's great.
Was there... The way I suspect it would happen is there's not really like a backlog per se, because like everything closed, right? So it wasn't like you were accepting new mail. So I guess like maybe the mailboxes were pretty full, but beyond that, nothing really extra about what you're doing, or what?
Today was day 3 of coming back. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And they have been very... This might be controversial considering the people who hate Canada Post right now. But they were very light days. Tuesday and Wednesday, I had probably 3 parcels each, and we're usually doing between 40 and 50. Mail's pretty light, and today I had 25 parcels. So we're getting back up there. But you're right, everything was closed. So we were just working through what we had, what was kind of just there that we didn't deliver back in November. Like I was delivering TV guides from November. Very embarrassing. But today was the first day they finally allowed people to bring in stuff. And so tomorrow, and they do have overtime on Sunday because they're anticipating a lot of stuff. So next week will probably suck, but this week was decent.
Are you planning on doing some overtime on Sunday? Is that available to everyone, or?
Yeah, it's by seniority though, so I've signed up, and we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Definitely be worth it around the Christmas time, plus all the lack of paycheck you've been getting.
I mean, I still have a paycheck for my last week of picketing that I don't know where it is, so somebody is holding my $240 check.
Right.
Hiding it from me. everybody's been very nice. Today, 2 different people stopped me on the street, and they were like, "Oh, you're back to work." I'm like, "Yeah. Have you not heard the news?" Like, I appreciate your work. Thank you for doing it. I'm like, wait.
Wow. That is nice.
Yep. Pretty nice to be back. And they gave us a raise. Don't know if you saw.
No, I didn't.
20%. So we had 20% first year. So now instead of making $25, I make 40. So pretty good.
Right.
Pretty happy about that.
That's definitely what that equals to. You definitely didn't get a raise.
We did. We got 5%.
Oh.
The corporation gave us 5% from all the days we worked between January 31st, 2024, and when we went on strike. And then I guess now. So we'll get retroactive pay between now and, I don't know, sometime in January, I think. But they're giving us $1,000 advance next week for Christmas.
So it all worked out in the end.
No, people are very mad. People not very happy being back at work.
Yeah, working sucks.
Well, I get that we don't have a lot of listeners, and nobody I know listens to this podcast. So I'll still be kind of careful with what I say, but working in a union, especially a union, as I'm sure maybe you've encountered when there was some job action, people who are very pro-union get very pro-union. And they get angry at everything.
It's true.
I'm happy to work, but then I say something like, "Hey, welcome back. What have you been up to?" And they're like, "I don't want to be here." And I'm like, "Okay, it's raining."
Right.
I get it, but I'm happy to be delivering the mail.
Yes. Maybe people who have been around longer.
Oh, for sure.
I guess who are like that, yeah. That's all right.
Warm. Yeah. That's all right.
It's a spectrum. And you're a happy to be at work type of guy.
Yeah. I'm happy to be at work, but I'll still hate the company that I work for.
Okay.
Until they give me more money. And
then you'll be happy.
Other stuff we want, which I don't really know. I'm a terrible union guy.
Just a couple union guys.
Yeah, just a couple of union guys, yeah.
Yeah, you get to sleep in and start at 10 instead of 6.
Great. How's your job? New job?
Job's going good.
Good. Yep.
Nothing crazy going on, really.
Any potlucks? Any Christmas?
There was one today I did not participate in. It was sort of it's a bit of a story there I don't really want to get into, but no, people enjoyed their food, and I just let them enjoy their food. Did my own thing.
We have 42 minutes, so if you want to get into it, that's fine.
Yes, I know we have 42 minutes, but I would really rather not, but that's okay.
Right, because unlike you have people who know you who listen to this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about those people hearing it. It's just kind of like it's long-winded, and I just would rather not. But things are starting to slow down a little bit as they do in the hospital. I guess people tend to be like, oh, whatever's ailing me right now, we can wait till after Christmas. People want to be at home around that time, so everything slows down, which is nice.
Good. So you work tomorrow, and then you work Monday, Tuesday, and then get Wednesday, Thursday off, and then have to go back on Friday?
Yeah. Which would be a little weird, as is the first every other year since I started working there. I guess this would be my third Christmas?
Fifth.
Or fourth? Third or fourth Christmas working at, I can't remember. But anyway, I think it's been on right around the weekend each time. But this time it's right in the middle of the week. It's a bit awkward. But
the leap year we had kind of pushed it.
It could be part of it.
And then we just get a random Wednesday off next week after, the next week.
Yeah, a little New Year's Day action. Yeah,
we can even do a podcast at noon.
Could if we wanted. Yep, I think I have my paddling club does like a New Year's Day paddle every year, which I think is usually around 11 or something. So
do it at 10:45. No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, okay, great. That's cool. Yeah. Watch any movies or anything?
Nope, just the one. I have some plans to watch. There's like the new animated Lord of the Rings movie. It's like the Battle of the Rohirrim or something like that. I'll probably watch that next week with Mackenzie. And I think I'm seeing the new Nosferatu with some work friends in a couple weeks. That comes out Christmas Day. Definitely won't see it then, but maybe the week after or something.
Who's in that? Who plays the main person?
Well, Willem Dafoe was in it, and one of the Skarsgårds plays Nosferatu himself. I think it's the one who plays it. That one.
Bill
Skarsgård.
Bill Ferratu.
And I think Nicholas Hoult is in it. And
interesting.
Lily, whatever Depp. Lily James Depp or whatever the heck her name is.
Like
Rose
his daughter?
Depp. Yeah.
Oh, didn't know she acted.
Yeah. That looks good.
Nicholas Hoult, he's in a vampire movie with Nicolas Cage.
He is.
Which we didn't watch.
We did not watch that.
Probably won't watch that.
He's also going to be in the new Superman movie, which they just announced.
Right.
Plays Lex Luthor, as far as I think.
The Superman. So last episode, do you remember what movie we did last week or last episode?
Yeah, Event Horizon.
Yeah, so in that episode, I talked about a movie that I watched before that called Twisters.
Yep.
With Glenn Powell. The new Superman is in it. That movie, Twisters, kind of a small villainy role. So, kind of a jerk, but he looks just like a young Henry Cavill, so it makes sense.
He does indeed.
I watched, thank you for asking, one movie, I believe, over the last 2 weeks called Heretic with Hugh Grant, and it was a pleasure. I recommend it.
I saw a preview for that. It looks really interesting.
Very interesting. Very different.
Yeah, that one piqued my interest. This weekend, I'm planning on rewatching the Lord of the Rings movies.
Thank you for reminding me. I am watching The Leftovers, the TV show that came out in 2014 on HBO. And Liv Tyler from Lord of the Rings is in it.
Well, you're welcome for the reminder.
Now you go.
And I'll probably get around to watching some Christmas movies before the big day,
Yeah, it's coming up.
I want to rewatch.
5 days when this comes out.
Yeah. I want to rewatch Home Alone 3. I haven't seen that one in a long time, but that used to be one of my favorites when I was younger.
Is Home Alone 3 the first one without Macaulay?
Yeah.
I think I had that on VHS.
Yeah, I remember really liking that one. Thinking it was better than what people say now, but again, I haven't seen it in a long time, so.
Because it had like that Russian guy is the bad one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a bunch of Russian people in it.
Oh.
Oh, no, they're not. Oh, what?
Well, how do you feel about Russians?
Well, I mean, generally fine. There's a couple of them I'm not particularly fond of, but.
Apparently Scarlett Johansson's in it?
Yes, she is.
1997.
Yep.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Home Alone. No, I'm definitely not thinking about Home Alone 4. Yeah, Home Alone 3.
Yeah. I remember it being good.
The main guy, I wonder if he's... Oh, because he was Max Keeble in Max Keeble's Big Move. But he has retired.
Whoa.
He has retired from acting. He's 35 years old
Hmm.
now. Anyways. Yeah, just really hear that beard. So I'm sure what you hear sometimes when I do it. You're stroking the beard and is catching in your mic, and
whoops.
we're all hearing
Sorry.
it. Haven't heard a cat today, but we hear your beard.
I have noticed that a lot of times, like when we're recording things live, as they happen, like I'll hear something in the background of yours, or you'll hear something in the background of mine, and then I'll like listen to the episode. It doesn't come up.
You listen to the episode?
Yeah, sometimes. Every week now, I check to see if the theme song is there.
Okay, 2 episodes ago, I tried. I put everything in the movie editor, the video editor, and it just wasn't working like I wanted it to work. But okay, so well, no, okay, never mind. We're just not going to do it.
Okay, great.
The video, because I used to upload 2, a video one and a audio one.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean that's redundant.
Right.
Because like the video one works as an audio one if you're on Spotify, and if you're not on Spotify, it doesn't even do the video one. Just the audio one just reverts to audio anyways. So no theme song, but it is on our Spotify if you want to listen to it.
That's true. It's its own little sound clip. So that'll do, I suppose. All right, well, do you want to start talking about Hundreds of Beavers?
Well, yeah, but now I'm just trying to think how this... Just so much work. For what?
If it's I don't want you to overwork yourself.
Do you want me to send you the thing and you can just listen to it whenever you want it? You can...
No, I can just go on Spotify and do that.
Gotta scroll down a bit. We have a lot of episodes. 113, Your Mother Made Out the Podcast. Hundreds of Beavers.
I'm Jesse. And he's Josh. He likes tea. What are we drinking today? Oh, blueberry. Ooh.
But it's my last Christmas mug of this season, probably. Christmas trees.
Farm fresh Christmas trees. Yeah. What do you mean last Christmas mug of the season? Oh, do you mean like the podcast season?
Yeah, the podcast.
Okay. I thought you meant of like the Christmas season. I was like, does he use a new one each week or something? I was confused. Now I get it.
Yeah, Hundreds of Beavers. Yeah. Well. Okay, so let me tell you. Just to start it off, I watched the first 3/4 of this film 2 weeks ago. A week ago? I guess it was just a week ago. Last week. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot. It was a lot. And then I watched the ending yesterday. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I get it. But also a lot.
Yeah.
This is a long film for what it was.
Yes. It certainly was. A lot of the same thing. Well, I mean, it wasn't quite the same, but it was like the same gag, if you will, sort of slightly altered.
Yes, they brought up the same gag a lot, which I didn't mind. Like, it was progression. I liked how the spit finally ended up in the bucket and that it turned around and it said the end.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the gore. Like they cut people's heads off and stab people, and he ripped the whole beaver out, the whole skeleton out of the beaver. It was cool.
Yeah.
This is different than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's for sure. As you know, with me, comedies are a bit of a hard sell. And
Yes.
especially when, I mean, I didn't do myself any favors when I looked up some reviews even before I watched the film, just to get a general idea of, what I'm getting myself into.
Right.
And a lot of people were saying that this movie was genius and like the funniest thing they had ever seen in their lives. Many people had said that.
Many people.
Many people. It's like, I can't believe I spent an hour and a half or hour and 45 minutes, however long this movie is, just laughing the whole time. It's never happened. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this movie is going to be really funny. I can't wait.
Mm.
And I'll tell you right now, I didn't laugh a single time. Now,
Not a
am I
single
dead?
time.
Not a single time. Am I dead inside? Is there something wrong with me? That's very possible. I would say the last 20% of the film had its best chances. But
Okay.
I just wasn't finding it funny, really. I mean, and some parts definitely clever. I don't think there was any lack of like imagination, like some pretty good ideas. But I just don't know if like I was really finding it super humorous.
This film would have been a great short film. A
Yes.
30-minute, 30 minutes still seems a bit long, but that's what this idea was.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah.
And and I realized that at the end too, when he, whatever his name was,
Something kayak. I know his last name was
right,
Kayak.
Gene, um, when he was in the Beavers lair, right?
Yeah.
And that whole thing of him trying to catch his 100 beavers, that lasted so long.
Yes.
Just him jumping from log to log, and
Yes.
slicing and dicing. Yep. It did not need to be that long.
No, I felt that way about most of what was going on. I mean, like every gag evolved to the movie. Like there was like they kept going back to the same thing, but adding a little bit to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just couldn't help but feel like maybe like cut out the middle part and just progress it a little faster or something if that's really what you're going for. Because an hour and I don't know, we'll call it an hour and 45 minutes of like seeing the same thing over and over again. I just felt a little like it just felt like a bit laborious. It's like I'm really kind of just a bit struggling to get through it.
And it was a silent film.
Yeah, it was. There was like maybe a few lines of dialogue, like one or two, but for the most part,
It's not a grunting.
yeah, a lot of grunting. So, did you find yourself laughing a lot? Like, I can see a few. There was a few moments where it was like I was kind of smirked, and that was kind of funny, but
Yeah. No, I didn't laugh. I don't know if I laughed at all either, but there were some moments that I enjoyed.
yes, there were
Um,
moments I enjoyed.
but this isn't the kind of this comedy isn't my favorite comedy, like
No,
physical humor. But I mean, there was some clever stuff in it that I liked,
yeah,
mostly to do with murdering animals.
yeah. I liked how they name dropped the name of the movie like three-quarters of the way through it. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, I didn't laugh, but I thought it was maybe
Yeah.
a better way to put it is clever.
Yep.
And I liked this. I did like. I mean, it was a little long, but I did like the sequence in the Beavers, like dam, like super dam or whatever you want to call that. And yeah, when he like ripped the beaver open, pulled the skeleton out, thought that was pretty good.
Yep. There's some great moments. I, much like yourself, didn't, like 7.7 on IMDb. It was like 100 and something, or not 100, but like 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
Yeah.
people love this movie. I watched a video on it. I read some reviews. Yeah, this should be winning Oscars.
Right.
But they have a second movie, they made before this one, which I think is the same kind of idea, called Lake Michigan Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Also black and white.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was really well done. Just the way that it was shot. All the
Mm-hmm.
I was call them Muppets, but all the puppets, and then like the humans in beaver attire.
Mm-hmm.
Very clever movie. Didn't
Yeah.
hate it.
No, I didn't hate it, but I mean, I certainly didn't love it. But I did find, like I said, a lot of moments were pretty clever. I liked what they did in a lot of the time.
Do you remember when Pixar? I don't know if they still do this, but they used to have a short film in front of a longer film. This would have been perfect for that.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, it's a bit damning if you're talking about a film and you're like, this movie really should have been about 1/10 of how long it is. But I really do think it would have been better like that. But I don't know. It just felt like a bit of a marathon. Like it was like a struggling through sort of thing for me.
Yeah, the title doesn't appear on screen until 76 minutes in.
Yeah.
And then opening credits were half an hour.
The opening, yeah.
They had the Sherlock Holmes Beaver. Sherlock Holmes and Watson, that was clever.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of clever stuff.
There was.
It seemed like it would take a long time to make.
It does. And I did like how they, like, obviously not a huge budget. It's an independent film. And I think they sort of were making it pretty obvious that they had it was like a low budget, but like sort of laying that all out there and making that part of, like, I guess the charm of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty well done as well.
Yes.
I would say, like, yes, I would say that the style, like the slapstick sort of physical humor, obviously, since it's a black and white and a silent movie, like indicative of the silent movies of, back in the day, the 20s and 30s or whatever. And I think of some of those movies I haven't seen like a ton of them, but Charlie Chaplin and stuff like that, it just made me think of those movies and just kind of like how much better those movies are. I don't know.
Then this one, or then the ones coming out now?
Then this one, like this style of film. I don't know. I think just found them like a lot funnier, and especially since they're like 100 years old almost, or even are, and still are able to make me laugh with that kind of humor. Like, I don't know, it's even a testament to how funny it was and is. Like, I don't know. This movie wasn't even funny now, and that one was funny 100 years ago. So
yes, I know you're not a comedy guy, but I had to do it. I don't think I have any more comedies on my list, so
it was worth a shot. I mean,
yeah, I like the weird ones.
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
Whenever we do the next episode, we'll probably do like kind of a year in review. And I know one of your top movies, if not the number one movie, was a weird one.
Totally.
You don't even know.
I don't think I do.
Tetsuo, probably.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's a good one. My next movie might be part comedy. 1 second. Comedy crime.
Oh, comedy crime.
Mm-hmm. I keep forgetting the name of it, which is probably not a good sign. But it's a movie that has someone in it that I'm very familiar with as an actor, but I don't think I've seen him in a movie. I've seen him in a movie. I've seen him on TV over and over and over and over again.
I was going to ask, how are you familiar with this person if you've never seen them work?
Yep. I've seen them on a show I used to really love. I still enjoy it. If it comes on, like if I'm at my parents and it comes on, I watch and I still enjoy it.
Okay, so this is Friends, and this is Matt LeBlanc.
No. But yes to the first thing. It's Friends, but not
so it's
Matt LeBlanc.
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
He's in movies?
Yep.
I guess we'll find out later on. But right now we're talking about Hundreds of Beavers.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Hundreds of Beavers. Yeah. I think I pretty much said everything I want to say.
Okay, let's look at some facts.
Okay.
It took 4 years to finance the film. The budget was $150,000.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
It's concise.
This movie came out in 2022, but I think it didn't, like, it wasn't really known until this year. So I think it hit Amazon. It's on Prime, everybody. Everybody watch it on Prime for free. If you have Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's probably it for me too. I don't know. It's hard for me to remember.
Well, that's fair, and also kind of just like, since there's so much repetition, there's not like a ton to talk about, I think.
Yes. Okay. That's fine. Okay, well, let's get to scores then.
I'm stroking my beard again. Whoops.
It's okay. I couldn't hear that.
Okay. Scores. Let's do
it. You can start on acting if you like.
Oh, thank you. This movie is a bit of a tough one to score on acting, I suppose. There's really only one. I mean, there are a couple other people, like the trader and his daughter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're in it for a little bit. But really, it's just kind of one dude. I mean, he was giving it his all. It's also tough to judge acting when they aren't saying anything.
Yeah.
So I guess you got to be like someone who's really expressive with their face, and I mean, I think he was. I was thinking just earlier today that this movie reminded me of another movie we've done, but now I forget which movie that is.
There were some elements of the Johnny Depp movie we just did, Dead Man.
Yes, a bit.
Well, just like
I don't think that was
the Native American man on a horse. He had his horse squished.
And the black and whiteness of it all?
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. I thought he did a pretty good job. So I can't be too harsh on the acting. I think I give it like a 7. Sure. 7 out of 10.
I'm going to give acting an 8. I really liked the main guy. And I also liked all the animals. They didn't really do much. And I mean, the other humans were good too. Hard to act. Because you probably can't. It's probably a lot of like green screen. Like they're not outdoors, I assume, for a lot of it. Like, well, obviously when he's rolling down a hill on a snowball or a crate, it's not real life. So, 8 out of 10.
True.
Ending. I'll do ending. I liked the ending. I did think it was the strongest part of the film. I liked how it kind of brought the beginning of the film and the ending of the film together in a big circle. We love a big
Mm-hmm.
circle. He was obviously always gonna win the girl because that's the kind of movie this was. You got a sneaky little
Yeah.
kiss at the end too, which was fun. In 1920, there's no way a grown man was going to kiss another grown man, so that's different. Suck it, Charlie Chaplin.
Mm-hmm. Suck it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a fun time, fun movie. I'm gonna give ending a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I think that's probably the score I'd give as well. I just liked the. I think I liked the ending as much as I did because it's just the last 20 minutes of the movie I thought were the best part of the movie. There was a lot of. It became more like action and less like focusing on the comedy, I guess, which probably helped. But it was a good culmination of everything at the end. It was a good ending, I thought. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
A lot of punching and stuff.
Yeah, punching, hitting, skeletons,
We didn't talk about this, but
logs, water.
this is a classic Christmas movie. Santa Claus was in it. It was a lot of snow. So,
Yes, it was Christmas related.
pretty good pick. Didn't know that going in. I'll let you do your final score first, out of 10 overall.
Okay. Well, based off acting and ending scores, you would think I'd be giving this a higher score overall, but I'm not. I'm not going to give it a huge score. That's for sure. I thought this movie was quite clever. There was definitely a couple things that I thought was really well done. A little bit of a struggle, I thought, in terms of how long the film was, the repetition, stuff like that. And especially if this movie, like, I don't know if there was really a ton more to it than it just being a comedy, and it just sort of fell flat in that regard for me. I didn't really find it all that funny, so it's tough to give it a high score. I think I would give this movie I give it a 4.5 out of 10.
That's insane.
Despite the good moments, I did find myself like pretty bored most of the time.
Okay, thank you for your honesty. Much like you, I gave it a high ending and a high acting score, but my score overall will be lower because it was a little repetitive and not boring, but they put a lot. This should not have been an hour and 45-minute film. But it was very clever, like you said. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh.
6.5 out of 10. Not a 4.5, that's for sure. Yeah, and that is Hundreds of Beavers, our last film of our Lord 2024. Let's look at the final tally. We did 35 movies in 2024, which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
It was our worst year, but it still feels pretty good.
Worst year, but it couldn't be by very much, though, right?
No, 39, 38, 35.
Not bad.
We're heading into our 4th year as a podcast. We're going to be hitting our 3rd year anniversary probably next episode or the episode after, but 4th year.
It doesn't feel like it's been 4 years, to be honest.
Time flies.
It does fly. Would you like to know about the film that we're watching next week? Next time? Won't be next week.
I would love to know what David Schwimmer film we're doing. A comedy crime.
It has David Schwimmer and Simon Pegg in it. and the movie is called Big Nothing.
Never even heard of it.
Neither had I up until a few days ago.
2006. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
there you go.
I literally know nothing about it. I know big nothing about it.
Nice.
Thank you. I just want to go in blind. I'm not going to look anything up. Except for the fact
Sorry. It's on YouTube.
Oh,
Just thinking if it's a full movie.
that would be great if it was.
Yeah, it's the full movie on YouTube.
Love that.
It's only an hour and 24 minutes. Yeah, it looks good.
Even better. It's in good quality and everything.
Yeah.
Nice. The only thing I know about this movie, which is a little inevitable, which I wish there was maybe a way to change that. But when you like Google a movie, immediately it pops up the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah.
So I know what the Rotten Tomatoes score is. It's not fantastic, but
the IMDb score is pretty good. For a 38% Rotten Tomatoes score, IMDb has a 6.7.
It's quite a difference. Mm-hmm. But we know Rotten Tomatoes is just, they don't know what they're talking about over there. So.
Yeah. Get out of here. Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I almost picked a Pamela Anderson movie, but I didn't.
Oh, The Island's Own, Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, that might be next time. Who knows?
2006. It is the first film that I'll put in our 2025 folder. Big
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's one of those movies that I'm certain I could ask 100 people about it, and 90 of them would have never have heard of it. I'm gonna test that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it my New Year's resolution to ask 100 people if they've heard of the movie Big Nothing.
Big Daddy, Adam Sandler.
Big Daddy, Adam Sandler. Big Bang Theory. Someone's in that. Big Hero 6. Big.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks.
If you had to guess which Harry Potter movie came out November 2002, what would you say? 2002 Harry Potter movie. Is that 2?
It's
Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah, almost assuredly. It might be the third one, but I think it's probably the second one.
Yeah, it's the second one. Yeah. Cool. Oh. Do you think a James Bond, Pierce Brosnan movie came out in 2002?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure The World Is Not Enough, I think, came out then or something.
The World Is Not Enough.
I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't, but...
Huh?
Boo-doo-boo. Oh. Which is the one that Halle Berry's in?
Halle Berry is in a James Bond movie?
Maybe. Pierce Brosnan, Halle Berry in a movie, adventure action thriller. He's Never Been Cooler.
God. I don't know enough about the James Bond movies. I know he's done 3. He did GoldenEye, The World's Not Enough, and one more, but I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, because they don't name them 007, or they don't put James Bond in the title.
I think, is it Quantum? No, it's not Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, that's Daniel Craig.
It is.
World Is Not Enough, GoldenEye, and
He's never been cooler. No, Winter Man. They're
I'm just gonna cheat.
okay.
James Bond, Halle Berry.
Die Another Day? Is it Die Another Day?
It is Die Another Day.
Okay. So we didn't have to cheat. I got it. I got there before you Googled it.
November 29th, 2002 has some pretty good films. You're doing great. Tim Allen 2002 film. Tim Allen, Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold.
Oh.
Is that the guy from
Is this Christmas with the Cranks?
Show?
No, it's he's the dude from the worst Beethoven dog movies. Christmas with the Cranks. But why wouldn't? No, it's
is
not
it
that
cheating
one.
to look up who Judge Reinhold is?
Oh, this might just be Santa Claus 2. Or Santa Claus 3.
I think it is Santa Claus 2. Or the Santa Claus 2 or whatever.
Yeah, it turns out Judge Reinhold's also in the Santa Claus 2. He plays the stepdad. Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a film from 2002? Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Who do you... Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt in 2002. He would have been real young.
It's an animated film.
Oh.
Find Your Place in the Universe.
What's the
Find Your Place
in
the Universe.
Isn't that Treasure Planet or something?
Emma Thompson's also in it.
Is it a Disney movie?
It is a Disney movie.
Emma Thompson? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Treasure Planet.
I don't know if that's a movie I've ever heard of. Treasure Island. Yeah, you're right. Treasure Planet. Look at you. You're so smart.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of Adam Sandler, he's in a film in 2002 with his daughter or his wife.
That is going to be...
She's grown-ups.
No.
Spanglish?
Could be Spanglish. I mean, his wife is in some of his movies, but I can't remember which ones. Who's the third actor?
Kevin Nealon. You'd recognize him. The ultimate battle between naughty and nice.
Maybe it's 8 Crazy Nights? Is it animated?
It is an animated. 8 Crazy Nights. 2002. Yeah. Good job. Man, what a crazy weekend.
Some good movies coming out. Treasure Planet is very good. You should watch it if you like Disney movies of that era. You would like that for sure. What percentile did we get?
35th.
Oh, it's not very good.
No, but I wasn't really trying. Just threw out an actor and I just started clicking stuff. So
yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, hundreds of beavers. I hope you have a great Christmas. You have a fun stuff planned. I have to go to Vancouver, so
that should be fun. It's not usually so bad traveling on the ferry right around Christmas. So
we're going the weekend after.
Okay, well,
But we have a reservation.
Take a helijet or something.
I need my car because I have to drive to Chilliwack.
Right. Well, yeah.
What can you do?
Probably best just take the ferry. Yeah, for sure. 50 minutes right on the nose. Okay, well, it's been a can of corn. I wish you the merriest of Christmas. Happy holidays to those listening. And I wish you all the best. Thanks for tuning in all year long.
Yeah. Thank you for a special 2024. We'll be back soon. When? Who knows? But soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.